Good evening, everybody. Hope we're all well. We're live. We have 14 people on the chat. So Elizabeth, Una, Kelly, Jane, Bella. Hi, Leslie, Barnaby, Richard, Catherine. Hi, Christine. Hi, here all come. Everybody's here. Gang's all here. Usual, please, just quick sound check. You can hear me okay, and the music's not too loud. Everything's all right. Then we'll make a start. Nugget number 44. 44. Sound is good. Thank you. Okay, good. Excellent. Appreciate. Hi, Maureen. So nugget number 44. Good. We will do a little warm up together. We're going to start doing a few different exercises tonight. Just before we go on, there was no nugget last Friday. There will be no nugget this Friday as well. So we've just got 4 today. 4 this week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be nugget number 50. There will only be 50 nuggets. 50 nuggets. Okay, so on the last one, we're going to go over everything that we've done and have a kind of a recap. So it's going to be 50. After that, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Barbara. Hi, Barbara. Who else is there? Esther, hi. Are we ready to start? Let's do some warm-ups. You can see the floor, see my feet. Okay. We've been starting with the loosening exercises. We want to make the wrists and the forearms relaxed as we can, the fingers just flop. Imagine you're shaking water with your hands. And then go up to the elbows, and the shoulders, and then do some bouncing. So the weight is on the front of the foot. Okay, let's do some basketball. See some more people have joined us. I can't read the comments from here, so I haven't got my big screen on today, just a little laptop. Okay, and this one. Let the arms relax. Okay, let's do some joints. Wrist first, big circles. Stretch all the way around, back the way. Elbows. And reverse. on the shoulders, forwards, rotations. Bring the elbows to meet in the middle. Change direction. Okay, drop your chin down. Rotate your head in one direction, back to the bottom, and then back the other way. Back. And here, go to the left. And also pull your eyes around like you're looking around behind you. To the middle, to the right. Again, look around behind you. To the middle, go down. Up. One more time, to the left. Back. To the right. Down. Up. Okay, hands on the kidney area, circle the waist. And changing direction. And put your feet together, hands on the knees. So there's a point, if you feel where your kneecap is, an inch above the top of your kneecap, there's like a little dimple there. That point is called crane's top. So you're going to put your palm on that point. So you're going to massage that point as you drop, and massage that point as you come up. You kind of rub. Imagine you're making them nice and warm. This is good if you have any knee problems. The acupuncture point for any knee injuries or problems. And then we rotate, same thing. Rotate your fingers as well. And back. So fingers point down, fingers point in. Let's go back the other way. Bend the knees, come up gently. And we'll do our 8 Qigong. Step out with your left foot. In breath. Out. In. Breathing in. Out. Breathing in. Lock the thumbs, straighten the elbows, and push strongly up. Remember to bite your teeth together when you drop. Breathe out as you go down. In. Out. Raise your head, pressing the sky. Looking forwards. Keep your chest up. Keep your weight on your heels. Breathing in. Breathing out. Okay, we repeat that whole sequence 3 times. Stretch a little further. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Really press strongly up. Last one, even further. Coordinate the breath with the movement. We finish with 3 breaths. In. Close your thumbs. And let's check out. How are we doing? I missed some messages. I'm late, but hello. Who we got? Mike. And Mike's sad. Oh, Kelly's sad. Well, you're in the academy, so part of the thing is, of course, I need to free the time up to do more work on the academy. So there'll be lots of cool stuff still coming on that. Right, for those of you, if you enjoyed that exercise we just did, that's the Hapgar Qigong. It's a health exercise. Some of you guys are a bit late to the party because we're number 44. So if you want to learn that whole sequence in great detail, click the link underneath this video and it's a completely free course. It's like 7 lessons. It breaks it all down. There's a accompanying manual. So please take that course and you can learn that whole sequence in detail. Yeah, I get it. I get it, Kelly. Me too, actually. I've enjoyed doing this. Okay, so that's to say about the 8 Qigong. Then there's also on the same academy a couple of other courses. There's the 8 Tai Chi form, and there's also the Daoyin Baojian Gong exercises. And we're going to be looking. don't. Oh, I know. I'm thinking some ideas, but where was I going with this? Yeah, so the Daoyin Baojian Gong exercises, which we're going to be looking at over the next week or so. I'm not going to be going into the great detail that we do on the course, but there's you can get the course there on the academy page. Something about the way forward. Suzanne, I said that there will be 50 nuggets in total. So we are now nugget number 44. So we have 6 more. Right. So let's have a look at a couple of the Daoyin exercises. Everybody like this. Now, we're going to do this with our palm. When you do that, the 8 Tai Chi form that you guys have learned so far, no. In the 8 Tai Chi form, the hand is like this. The thumb is out, the palm is flat. This is the exercise we've been working now. New exercise. The hand's like this. Now this is like, can you see it's like a curve? It's not here, it's here. So there's a slight, the little finger and the thumb go towards each other. What you do not do is curl your fingers this way. This is wrong. The fingers are straight, but the palm itself is curved. Now this is they call this the roof tile palm because the Chinese roof tiles are this shape, so the water runs along them, you see, so you're making like a channel. And the idea of this is that there's an acupuncture point, Lao Gong point here. When you do this, you're opening that point. Think of like a satellite dish that's like can receive and transmit information from the center, and the rest is like bringing the signal in. So that's the feeling when we do this exercise, okay? So this is called roof. So if I say roof tile palm, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, another idea we're going to be doing is some rotations. Now, I'll turn a little bit. If you guys rotate your little finger around as much as you can, but keep the shoulder down, so you don't do this. You keep this down and you rotate this. So the feeling is like when you wring out a cloth or wring out a mop. So we're getting a twist. Feel that? Everyone try that. And with practice, you can get more rotation from the little finger without letting this come up. You can also stretch, twist, and open. That's a really nice, that's a good stretching method. So instead of like a yoga stretch, which is also good but different, right? The yoga stretch is more going to target the belly of the muscle, whereas this idea is more targeting the connective tissue. For that reason, it's good for the joints because you're going to get more circulation into the tendons and ligaments, the connective tissue in there. So it's a good way of working your rotational flexibility as well, which is something that when we get older, we lose rotational flexibility. So this set will be good for that. The emphasis will be on the wrist and on the ankle. So basically my foot's going to do the same thing as my wrist is doing now, is dorsiflexion in the ankle. So you're working these points. In acupuncture, there's certain points that they call source points, which are around the wrists and the ankles, and they're major points to stimulate the flow of energy to the internal organs. So we're going to be doing more stretching. When you do your Tai Chi form, if you recall, it's very important that you keep some bend in your joints. So you never push really straight, okay? Not for Tai Chi, because Tai Chi is for martial art. So in martial art, you never overly commit yourself. And also Tai Chi is teaching you how to move in a natural and an effortless way. Daoyin's a little different. We're going to be combining, just like we do with the Qigong, we're going to be combining breathing with movement. And what that will do is more for stretching. You don't do that when you do your Tai Chi. So rather you do that so that you've got really nice mobility. So when you do your Tai Chi, it's very comfortable, very easy, very smooth. So the Daoyin exercises are health building exercises, but not with the same application as the Tai Chi. Okay, so let's have a look at a couple now. Right, we all know the Tai Chi commencing form. We're going to do very similar what we're going to do with the roof tile palms, okay? I'm going to mirror image you. Step out your left foot. Equalize the weight. Bring the hands up. And then down, roof tile palms. Sit down in your stance. Your hands now are going to slide forwards like they're sliding along the tabletop. And bend the knees. At the same time, the hands drop, the knees bend. Now I want you to coordinate the breathing. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 6, 7, 8. From here, bring the hands up again. In breath. Out breath, close and drop your wrists. And then your fingers. Now we're going to open the other foot. So it's symmetrical. In breath. Out breath. Guys who are younger and fitter, if you want to go lower in the stance, you can sit more down into it. That's okay as well. But nothing forced. Should be natural and must be coordinated with the breathing. So when we come back now, in breath, 2, 3, 4. Out breath, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's the first movement of the sequence. So in Tai Chi, we call commencing form. But in this set, it has a particular name. It has the name of regulate the breath. The reason for that is it's setting the speed of the breath because, unlike the Tai Chi, the speed of the breath is going to be constant through the whole exercise. 4 counts in, 4 counts out, 4 counts in, 4 counts out. So if that's, to begin with, a little difficult, then you just practice that movement until you can harmonize the breathing and the movement. Breathing in as you're coming up. Breathing out as you're going down. And once you've got that harmony and that pace, it remains constant through the entire exercise. Okay? Any questions on that first movement? Anyone can ask me anything. I think it's fairly straightforward, especially if you've learned the 8 form before. But if you're new to this, please feel free, or even if you're not, ask anything. If I don't get any questions, I'll go on to the next movement. If some of you guys have learned this before, you can ask any more detailed questions. That's fine as well. You know me, I don't mind a good geek out sometimes. Elbow position. Same as the Tai Chi commencing form. In, down. Elbow finishes in front. Not back. In front. Okay, thank you for the question. Okay, the next movement number 2, is called pushing the boat along the stream, depending on how you translate it. But the idea is you're pushing it with the flow of the water, along the current, along the stream, which is a very Taoist idea, right? You don't fight the flow, you go with it. So pushing the boat along with the current. No other questions? So we're going to do this one, pushing the boat along with the current. I'll show you how to do the movement first. Don't worry about the breathing first. Don't try and match it. When you're first learning the movements, the first one's different because it's very simple. But if you're learning a new movement and you're trying to breathe, I don't think that's very useful. Learn the movement first and then you'll feel, okay, in, out, it will be natural. But when you're first learning it, just normal breathing, okay? So let's do that first. Remember, we just finished the regulate the breath. Now from here, we're going to turn our hips 45 degrees. I'm mirroring you, so I'm going to go to the left. You're going to go to your left. And the hands are going to come up in line with the shoulders. Okay? So if you see where my hips face front, my hands are like that, like the same as the commencing form, only my hips are facing over here. A very common beginner's mistake is to keep the hips that way and move the hands up like that. Not with this exercise, no. You turn your hips and you raise your hands. So now, as the hips come back to the front, you bend the elbows. So my hands are about shoulder width apart and my elbows are kind of flaring outwards. See that? So, belly button 45, hands come up. As your elbows bend, your hips turn. Right, and from here, you're going to make a circle like this. And the circle is about the size of your body, like a large dinner plate or something like that. So it comes in like this, and it comes around the outside. So if you imagine that plate and your hands are going on the outside, so they're coming to the bottom. Sort of, if this is 6 o'clock, 4 and 7, or however that works, so 5 and 7. So here, 1, come back, circle your hands. And then from here, you're going to push to the corner. So it's a pushing motion. And when I push this time, I've got the roof tile palms, my elbows are down, and I'm quite strongly pulling my fingers back. Again, turn to the corner, raise the hands, back to 12 o'clock, elbows splay. Go around the circle, push. Back, around the circle, push. Back, around the circle, push. Back, around the circle, push. Okay, now we have to add a step into that. You thought it was going to be easy, didn't you? Should know better by now. Right, turn, hands come up. As you go back, your weight is going to go into your right leg, lift up your left heel. Step your heel down first, and that the same time as the hands. Can you see the coordination? So the shifting of the weight coordinated with the push. Keep the back foot flat on the floor for this exercise. Come back, splay those elbows, and I'm actually strongly pulling up my toes as if I'm trying to stretch my ankle. Here we go. Relax your wrists. Look, from here they're pulled up quite strongly, then they relax. Now I'm pulling my toes up strongly. And I'm coordinating the push with the shifting of the weight. Drop your wrists, come back, circle, coordinate the push with the shifting of the weight. Back, yeah, coordinate, forwards. How we're going to come back is by dropping the fingers, flexing the ankle, coming back to 12 o'clock, this time with the arms straight. So before they were doing this, now they're just staying straight because you can do this. So yeah. So on the other side, I'm turning 45. We'll do it without the step first. Hands come up, elbows flare, they come down to about abdomen height, and then they push. So they come back, elbows flare, they come down, abdomen height, they push. They come back, see how my hips are turning, and then my hips are turning in the direction of the push. Okay, so let's try that with the step. Hands in line with your shoulders. You need to sink your weight, and you're sinking into your left leg. So your right foot is empty, look, the heel lifts up. I can step out with my heel the same time as my hands come down. So now we're ready to push the boat along with the stream. Make sure you've got roof tile palms and your fingers are up. Drop your fingers now. Come back, come around, coordinate the weight shift with the push. Make sure here, look, my back is straight. I'm not pushing like this or any other combination. From crown to tailbone is a vertical alignment. My front knee is in line with my big toe. If you just look down, if your knee is past your foot, it's too bent. If you can see your laces, it's not bent enough. If you can see your foot on one side or the other, then it's not straight. So just check it. Okay, so relax your fingers. Strongly flex the ankle. Push the same time as you shift the weight. Strongly flex the ankle. Push as you shift the weight. And we're going to come back now. Drop the fingers. Back to the middle. Foot comes in. And look, as I drop my hands, come back straight. Now we're going to put the breath at the same time as the movement, okay? So back to the first side. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in, breathing out. Now we're going to come back to the middle. In, arms stay straight. Out, 6, 7, 8. Other side. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in as you come back. Breathing out as you push. We'll do one more. Elbows bend. Roof tile palms. To finish, you come back to the middle. 1, 2, arms stay straight. 3, 4, foot comes in. 5, 6, hands come down. 7, 8. If you're still trying to figure out the movement, please don't worry about the breathing. It should come naturally. So when you know the movements. So what we'll do to finish is we'll do both of those movements together all the way through, and then we'll also do it with the breathing and with the music as well. Any questions on that, please? Happy to answer anything that's not clear. No, okay. Clear as mud, as they say. I'm going to put some music on, and we're all going to do those two movements together. The first is regulate the breath. The second is going to be pushing the boat along with the stream. Okay, so I'm just going to figure out what number all clear. Are you turning to the front? Yes. Yeah. Not all the way, just somewhat. Like this. Somewhat. The last one, though, I go all the way to the front. When the hands come in, are they close to the body? Yeah, more close than you do with the Tai Chi form. So that the circle is here, not out here as it would be in the Tai Chi. It's more. Although when you do grass bird's tail, you're fairly close. But this is more round, more circular. Thank you for those questions. I appreciate the questions because they make me think as well. So you've been doing something for a long, long time and you kind of don't think about it. Someone asks a question, it makes you think. It helps me as well. Anything else? Okay, we're going to do both of those movements together. We're going to do 3 times on one side, 3 times on the other side. 3 times on one side, 3 times on the other side. Hope that's clear. I'm going to put the volume up, so it might be a little loud, but you can try and remember to mirror in. You can have the hands here to begin with. Relax. In breath. Roof tile palms, out breath. Gradually slow it down. So your breathing matches the movement. Every time you hear a count, that's a breath. This is 5, 6. Every time you hear a count, that's your breath. We're changing sides now. In breath. Out breath. Pushing the boat along with the current. Turn to the left. Out breath as you push. In breath as you come back. Remember to pull up your toes. Hands go round. Push into the corner. Changing sides. All the way back to the front. Arms straight. Right. Back to the middle. Arm straight. And relax. And to the next movement. So this complete sequence has 8 exercises. So we've done the first 2. Any questions on that? We're going to finish with a go through of the 8 Tai Chi form now. If there's no more. Oh, there's a question I missed. Do you keep the roof tile palms except for closing? Yes. Yep. Any other questions? On the academy, what does the back foot do? Nothing. Stays flat. Stays flat on the floor. Doesn't lift up. Don't lift the heel. Just keep it flat. Doesn't move. Doesn't pivot. Thanks for the question. It's good because I didn't say that. Okay. The set actually begins with a poem, which is to get into the meditation first. And then when the mind is calm, then you regulate the breath. And when the breath is regulated, then you do the rest. But obviously, I haven't got time to go through all the details of the stuff, but there is a course on the Academy which covers all of it in great detail, including it's got an MP3 of the music with me speaking, and there's also a manual, and there's also a breakdown of every movement, front view, back view, mirror view, the usual thing. How I did it for the 8 Tai Chi course, I've done the same thing for the Dao Yin. So if you wanted to get that on the links below, and then just follow the Tai Chi, and where it says Dao Yin course, I break that down. Richard, do you practice the same session as the Hop Guard Qigong, both together? Which one first? That's up to you. There's not really any. They're kind of similar. They're emphasizing breathing and stretching and movement. I personally like to do the Hop Guard Qigong a few times first. That's my preference. I just like to. I start pretty well every day with that exercise just to get everything opened up. The Dao Yin is a little bit longer, and because you have the music and the meditation, that's quite nice as well. It's like 15 minutes as opposed to, is it 15, maybe 12 minutes, as opposed to the Hop Guard Qigong is a shorter one. So if you have more time, you could do one, the other, or both. But don't worry about you have to do one specifically first. But my personal preference, I like the Hop Guard Qigong first. How does the poem go? Okay, I haven't got time to go over all that today. On the course, I have a complete breakdown and explain every line of it. And have the English I've translated it from the Chinese into English, and I've got the voiceover. I may have time to cover that in the nugget, Esther. I may have, but not today. Today, I'd like to go through the entire 8 form. No problem. But because we're 10 past 7 now, this nugget's supposed to be half an hour, and it always goes at least 45 minutes. But there you go. I wonder if it'd be more popular if it went half an hour or less. Do people prefer like a shorter nugget, or some people think that's too long? You know, I don't know. This is just me faffing on. So let's all do our Tai Chi 8 form together. I will do a mirror today. I won't put it to the vote because it always goes 50-50. So we're going to do a mirror today, and then next time I'll do it back towards you. Give me 1 second. If anyone knows any good jokes, because 4 hours sounds good. What was that? When did I say 4 hours? Sorry. Oh, 4 hours. Yeah. That's a thing for another. What we have to do is we have to do an evening, like just me, just geeking out, and then you guys who aren't like bored to death by it can just log in and just listen to me waffle. But I want to keep the nugget short, popular, because me waffling. So we'll save the waffle for like an evening session sometime, and maybe you might want to have a drink first or something. Where are we at? Woo! Yeah, we have sound again. All right. Let's do our 8. Mirror image. Step out with your left foot. Commencing form. Pulsing monkey. Horse knee push. Pulsing wild horse's mane. Wave hands like clouds. Left. Right. Golden rooster stands on one leg. Kick with heels. Grasping the bird's tail. Right. Ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Turn. Ward off. Left. Roll back. Press. Push. Cross hands. Closing form. I was doing so well mirroring you, and then I get to the end and close my non-mirror foot. Okay. I love waffles. Yeah, I love waffles as well, with maple syrup. Waffling sounds good. Okay, we'll have to do a Taiji live waffle at some point. Thank you, appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed that. We did our Hapga Qigong. We did the first 2 movements of the Daoyin Baojian Gong sequence. Then we finished with the 8 Taiji sequence. So that was a good workout. Thank you very much. Thanks, Una. Appreciate it. Thanks, Kelly, Christine, everybody. Thank you all. Daigacho again, and I will see you tomorrow for another nugget.